Sienna, let me in. Oh.
Market. Hey.
Hi. I need to hold on. I need to turn the volume of my fucking music down and turn you like way up.
Yeah, my audio might be a little goofed. Overall. My gain was actually a little lower than it should have been. Is this like a little better?
Yeah, you sound fine to me. I just
Okay,
needed to.
that's good.
I needed to turn you up on my end.
Yeah. Yeah. The friggin' we got a heat advisory here. It's like 100 degrees out, which I mean, if you're like in the south, maybe that's not nothing, but in the north here, it's quite frightening.
Yeah.
So I got a big ass fan running on high.
Do you like my aquarium, by the way?
I liked your aquarium.
Thank you. But yeah, I was not here for week 5. Can you do a summary for me real quick? Can you tell me who died
summary?
and who didn't?
All the awesome things. Okay. Well, somebody named Morgan got a win against Bell. That was interesting. Yeah, we had some of the highlights. We had a really close game between Ellie and Faye.
Mm-hmm.
It was like down to like the last hit. Like it was literally down to like rolls. It was basically just down to hacks. Like that's how close it was. But Faye won 1-0. Eve versus Hazel happened that week. Hazel was able to pick that up 2-0. The Battle of the Lilies, which is the saddest thing that I think you didn't get to be live for.
Yeah.
The USA's Lillie with a Y emerged victorious. Yeah.
You know what it is?
We had,
you know what it is? It's because of Canadian Lillie's demerit.
Yeah. We had Mike versus Tristana, which was the shortest game in the league until you versus Mike this week, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, should we just talk about that first, or?
Yeah, that should be the first game. Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Yeah. Yeah, Mike is in the top 2 shortest games of the week of the league, and Faye is in the top 2 longest games of the league. So I think that's funny.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Aaron Hansen rose from the grave. Sorry, I didn't mean it. I just wanted to get everyone excited.
Yeah, and I beat WAFFLOES.
Fuck yeah.
With Como Power.
His fucking strength. Komo'o's fucking strength. We changed the category also.
Well, Morgan was asking for week 5 recap. WAFFLOES. That was why I was saying it. It was but week 6. Now there's no spoilers for week 6. It's just the week. I do think I'm cool. I think I'm a fire fucking player.
I love that people watching on Twitch right now, like, don't even know what's being
it's
said.
just the Discord. It's the secret Discord chat.
Yeah, everybody thinks that like Sienna is like the Joker right now.
I'm a raving lunatic.
Bruh, I got bad news. Not related to Pokemon. I got these like gummies at the hotel that I was staying at, and like they're like I think from the airplane ride they're like a little stale now.
No!
It's fucked up. I mean, they're still tasty, but that's gonna make the draft league review so much harder.
Yeah, I got a different kind of gummies, but I shouldn't eat any right now.
Probably not. You're supposed to be the knowledgeable one. I'm supposed to be the one who makes dumbass comments.
Well, Mike can make an appearance only if it happens like now, BJW. Well, yeah, we were already gonna do that first, so let's just do it. Let's pull it up. Let's get it. Let's fucking book it, okay?
Alright.
Book it, okay, kid. Can you show me the spread so that your stream?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I'm excited to get to hear my battle theme.
Yeah. You finally get to hear it. Yeah. This happened, like, a couple hours ago, so...
Yeah, this is a very recent game. I haven't even scheduled my next game yet, which I should.
Yeah.
I need to talk to Diana about it.
Alright. Okay. So... This game's pretty funny.
We're gonna put this on really slow, because you guys need to
really slow is really slow. I don't know if you realized how slow it is.
I don't think you realize how fast this game is. We need it on really slow. Okay? Do you fucking understand?
Well, okay, we can take in every fucking morsel of this fucking anchor shot crit. And how this is like the most lucky any crit has been for the person who got hit by it in the history. Because now Morgan just has 5 billion Aurora Veil turns.
And he's the angriest gamer you've ever heard.
You can put it on slow. He's gonna take you back to the past, like right now. This power whip does fucking nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy how little that does with the snow and Aurora Veil.
Yeah. And then Icicle Spear, honestly does a little less than I thought, but it's still like clear to hit KO range.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like the positioning is so good for Cloister to just click Icicle Spear as many times as it wants to. And like the onus is totally on like Mike to try and come up with something. We have Hazel True Form come in, but unfortunately Hazel's weak as fuck and fail, so sucks to be her.
Just realized there's no dirts this match. Yeah, this was like the one matchup where I wasn't like, damn, I can't bring the same dirge again.
Yeah. Mike doesn't realize that you can't stall out Veil by just waiting for the snow to go away. It is separate, and then...
Yeah.
Man, I didn't expect the spear to do that much. I didn't expect it to be 50% per hit on the fucking Excelgor, but I guess it has no bulk. The Heracross Mega Evolves, and it, like... It's not enough.
I was expecting Heracross to be able to survive, honestly.
He's gonna take you back to the fucking past. But the Veil's finally gone, and the Moth is, like, pretty strong, right? But it's not fast enough. The Drill Run... If it was Scarf, Timid Moth, it would have been fast enough, but it was unfortunately not. And the Drill Run clenches it there.
Cloister.
Yeah. But yeah. If Mike has to like leave really soon, do you want to go through Mike's pace first? I can bring.
Sure.
My Hazel in. Alright.
Hi.
I invited Mike, but he's not. Wait, is it working? Wait. Show respect. Okay, fuck. This is so annoying. Okay, Mike, can you request to speak again? If I invite somebody and they request to speak at like the same time, then it'll just break and I can't allow it. And I don't know why.
Discord good app.
Or here, I'll invite you,
okay.
Mike, again, and you'll see if it works. There we go.
So-
Okay. Hi, it's okay. Discord sucks.
Well, I don't know if, like, the accept button was hidden behind a title that... when I
Yeah,
clicked it-
this has happened before. This happened to Faye as well, like, last week.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah. So,
Alright,
yeah.
See, I would just like to say I am seething and malding because I don't know why I did not anticipate Shell Smash Cloister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, it's something I could have built for, and then
Yeah.
Ninetales dies, and I'm like, oh, I have nothing. And
Yeah.
at one point, I had Brick Break on Delmise, but I removed
Yeah.
it for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, although with the crit, even a brick break would not have saved you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything would about sped. Or Cloister would about sped and killed everything.
Yeah, what was Cloister's fourth move?
was
Rock
drilling.
Blast.
Or Rock Blast, or, oh yeah, Rock Blast, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I imagine that would have one shot. I mean, Samurott could have like avoided a move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I checked Sacred Sword and it wouldn't have killed.
Yeah.
It just, oh god. Anyways, for every other possibility that my team was supposed to counter, let's see. I ran Moth's utility, and also Whirlwind to deal with the possible Ortho Worm Shed Tail.
Yeah.
Let's see, I had Xurkitree running the Electrium Z, and
Yeah.
giving it...
Fuck. This is awesome,
Dazzling.
like, double dance.
Yeah.
Double dance work. I love that shit. And
It's also
it goes so well with Moth as well. Because you can get the, like,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said earlier to Mike that I didn't think I had a lot of input on this team, but I think it was just because it was a
Yeah.
while ago. I just forgot.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about like how if the Zerk sweep fails, then Moth can come in and take advantage of the terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think it was, like, minimal input, though. I don't recall us talking
Yeah.
about it as much. Let's see.
Yeah. So
Dazzling
I
Gleam-
can wash my hands of this 05.
God damn it. God damn it, Hazel.
Yeah, we did have another EV mishap a little bit on Zurich. Shuts out.
No, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get him to not do that.
Wait, little EV mishap on what?
On
Circuitry, 250 isn't anything.
Ah, I see.
You need
Well.
you need 4 points to make one stat point. So if you have like 6, it doesn't do anything more than 4 does.
Yeah, Hazel has notified me about that.
But yeah.
Let's see. I also, for Delmise, I played around with the EVs to try and give it enough bulk so it could survive Excalibur Icicle Crash.
Yeah.
Just as a way so that it could like fire off the anchor shot. Let's see.
Yeah.
That's really
Hey,
funny
Delmise-
because I'm never bringing Icicle Crash again. Fuck that thing.
Yeah, no, yeah, Icicle Spear is what you need to worry about there with
Yeah.
backs. Because that does a lot of damage with loaded dice.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Delvise probably would have been like quite real in this matchup. Despite being a grass type against a bunch of ice types.
Yeah.
But Cloister though?
You know what I was actually kind of really worried about was with Delmise, was if I did have Brick Break on it, and I don't know if this was the reason why I removed it, but the idea that Morgan would bring Annihilate with no item, so that it switches in, Brick Break does nothing, I can't hit it with Poltergeist. I don't know why I thought that was like a very real possibility.
He was obsessed with it.
It was in my mind's eye. Let's see. Samurott was running the Scarf just to go fast, with decent coverage. I thought, like, with Sacred Sword and Iron Tail, I could hit a lot more things and kind of maybe surprise with how fast it's moving.
Yeah.
And then I once again brought Excelgor to maybe try and do the Bug Buzz Throat Spray, and once again, it did not do that.
Yeah, it's like... I mean, it wouldn't have helped at all in this matchup, really, but, like, it's like at that point, like, Ash is probably better on, like, Excelgor, because at least it, like, might not die. Like, it's hard to, like, make Excelgor, like, really, like, and be able to come in and not die. In a lot of the situations where you're kind of relying on it to come in and not die. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a fragile small child.
Yeah.
Let's see, then what else? Heracross, I think Bullet Seed was what I chose as a coverage move against Great Tusk and, what was it, Slowking? I think it was?
Yeah, that'd make sense.
Yeah, I was actually, like, really worried about Bullet Seed, too.
Yeah, because, I mean, I guess we'll talk about it in a little bit, but, like, yeah, like Bullet Seed was, like, the one thing that kind of, like, actually hit Annihilate, because we had Annihilate to kind of check Heracross, and Bullet Seed was, like, the one thing that actually, like, hit it okay on Heracross. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in particular about my team.
They didn't get to do that much, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
No, they really didn't. Yeah. They were cut down in their prime.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cloister put guns and bombs in their fat gay asses and exploded them. Sad. Well, there's other teams.
Sad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, and we got to see my true form.
Yeah, we got to see your true form get fucking pwned, bitch.
Hey, come on now.
That was fun. That was funnier on Discord because I did it. Like I said, I like stopped saying it like the moment that I like sent it back to the audience. But yeah. We can talk about your pace now. Yeah. So I prepped Morgan for this.
Yeah, Sienna gave me the tools of war.
Yeah. I was like, Scarf Tusk was like the first idea I had. I was just like, I think Scarf Tusk is cheap here. He does everything. And he didn't do it. He didn't come out, but like I think he would have been really good if he had come out. Like when I look at that team, I feel like Scarf Tusk was the right. Oh, Vavormon on Mike's team.
Oh shit!
I mean, I'm biased. I'm biased. I mean, Hazel's
favorite.
my friend, so it has to be Hazel.
I think my favorite one. Honestly, it's the one who got to see the most turns. The dollar.
Yeah, he also helped you out a lot. He was a real homie that game.
He really was he was a homie. Also, yeah, Tristana, don't worry, you're not late. I was just chatting about my vacation and like stream plans and stuff beforehand.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah, Yeah, Scarf Tusk like probably would have cooked. I don't know if
Yeah.
if he had seen action. I think that like
I know I wanted spin on him. Like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, when we were building the team, I think it was at the point where we had, like, basically every Pokemon, but we didn't quite have, like,
Yeah.
the movesets and stuff. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
if I don't, like,
just throw spin on it.
Yeah, I was like, if we don't put spin
the
on
three
this
moves,
thing, we
like-
have nothing.
TCB Ice Spinner Headlong like covered everything.
Yeah.
Headlong was specifically chosen. Like I mean, there's no reason like Headlong versus Earthquake's personal preference, but like Headlong, and it's usually better on offensive sets to run Headlong, but Headlong was also chosen because Mike has Boo Loop, so it would bypass the Earthquake power drop from
Yeah.
Grassy Terrain. Yeah. We have the bulk up ape, the bulk up annihilate.
Yeah, I think you cooked quite a bit with this one. You had, like, very specific reasons for, like, this, like, easy
Yeah.
spread.
Yeah, I was just basically like, I did some of the couch. I was doing the couch earlier, and I already forgot what a lot of them were. It was something
believe-
like it lived like a bunch of random like really strong special moves, but it also like didn't take anything from like half the visible moves, especially after a bulk up.
Yeah, I think it was specifically, I think this, like, special attack was so, or special defense, it was so it could survive Enamorous Moonblast, I believe.
Yeah, it survived the Namorous Moonblast, and it survived like a few other things. But yeah, it was very nice. 88 attack was to hit like Heracross, Mega Heracross. Like it was a really good Oko roll on Mega Heracross with Fire Punch.
Yeah.
Or it was a really good 2-hit KO roll actually, and it was a really good Oko roll after a bulk up. Yeah, but like Drain Punch, Fire Punch was kind of all the coverage that Ape really needed in this matchup. And then Bulk Up was like really good for setting up on Mega Heracross because it like resists all the Mega Heracross moves and it just eats that shit. And it just like doesn't. It gets like 4-hit KO'd by Mega Heracross or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't show up, but he would have been cool. He probably would have been a pip. So consider that.
Slowking is here, and it's exclusively because we were so fucking scared of Moth. We built most of this team, and it was like Moth was like the thing that we were most fucking scared of. Because if Mike just ran like Choice Scarf Moth, like it would have outsped Shell Smash Cloyster, which means it was definitely outspeeding the rest of these fools with relative ease. Yeah. There was, like, nothing we would have been able to really do, but Slowking was, like, a really good defensive counter.
Yeah, so Slowking was, like, getting, like 3-hit KO'd by Energy Ball or something, and Psyshock was doing, like, 1 billion damage. And so we were able to just put it all into, like, HP Spadef. And it was also, we went, Boots, because I was doing the calcs, and, Boots let it switch into a Sludge Wave from Specs Moth. Because otherwise Sludge Wave was like a really good like 2-hit KO roll, but it was only a 3-hit KO with like Spec Sludge Wave was only a 3-hit KO with Boots. Versus like Leftovers.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Or just like without self-ownership.
What the fuck did we run Foul Play for? There was like a specific mon. Was it for Delmise?
Foul Play was for...
No.
Delmise was one of the things that it hit, but it was also for Metagross and...
Right! We were so worried about Metagross because I have the fucking Ice team. I'm actually surprised Metagross didn't come.
Yeah, it basically hit Metagross and Delmise, and like it hit them both like harder than Flamethrower would have. So it's like it was basically just a replacement for Flamethrower, which is kind of better overall.
Chilly Reception is not an attack. It's not 4 attacks. Silly.
4 attacks. You could have done a Solvis. That's not. Yeah, Chilly Reception is not an attack, my friend.
Silly goose. Silly belly.
And we like chili around here because it's cold team. It's Frostbite Fiends.
Yeah,
The Frostbite
it's like
Fiends need to keep the snow up.
it's like basically like a requirement on Slow King to have chili reception, and honestly, probably like a necessity to have Scald as well because Scald is too good.
Yeah. But yeah.
Cloister, the true MVP, though.
Yeah, this is a relatively normal Cloister. It's like speed creeping like some crap, but it's really not that. It's basically just a normal Cloister who's like it's faster than Amorous, I think, or like it's like faster than like Scarf and Amorous at +2 or some shit like that. I don't remember. It's barely lower than max speed just to have the little extra bulk, but it's basically just a normal Cloister.
Yeah. I think the thing with the speed was, and this was another reason we were so fucking worried about Scarf Moth, is because even at max speed, like, Shell Smash Cloister after one Shell Smash would have been slower than Scarf Iron Moth by 1 point. It was impossible to speed creep it.
Yeah, so you just gotta take your losses and, get a little bulk in there.
Yeah.
They're pretty normal Mawile. It's just double stab. It's I just realized you actually made it 4. I didn't even catch the fact that you made it 4 HP. You made it max speed instead of max HP. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It didn't show up. But that's funny. It's a normal set though. It's Iron Head and Play Rough and all the moves.
Yeah, everything that you could want and more.
Double stab, you don't always run double stab on Mawile, but double stab just happened to be really good against Mike's roster.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, just gotta do it.
Yeah, how many times have I brought Mawile and it still has no kills? This is like the second time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mawile has not done these. I have like the funniest numbers in the whole league, I think. Like it's just all in Cloister, and then the second place with 3 kills is Skeledirge, just because it keeps coming.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
But yeah, yeah, and then
oh my god,
yeah,
wait.
reasonably.
Well, I think Mawile hit the field on the first game. But I
had
lost.
to have because it got hit, but it's it had to die.
Yeah.
For Morgan to lose. Otherwise, that game would still be going to this day, because Mawile never died.
True.
Mawile never died. He just hooked his arms and and rolled away. But yeah. And this is it's not that normal of a Ninetales because it has Nasty Plot, but it's mostly normal.
Yeah, Nasty Plot was just for funnies. If we got a funny
it's just because Mice team is so ice weak that we were just well, if it gets to set up a Nasty Plot, it could probably randomly win the game late game, which
yeah,
and it's it didn't even need special attack investment because I looked at the numbers and they were really good for Nasty Plot, freeze dry just on whatever targets it had, so it was just whatever.
I think it was also one of those things where when we were considering the 4th slot, it's the thing that would have countered Ninetales was Metagross, and it's but we don't have Ninetales is never gonna have anything for Metagross.
Yeah. So you just say fuck. You say fuck it. Ninetales doesn't even die to a Metagross Bullet Punch anyways, so whatever. Well, I don't actually know that, but I know that that Ninetales doesn't die to a Mega Caesar Bullet Punch, which means it probably doesn't die to a Metagross Bullet Punch.
God.
But yeah. yeah, that's basically that. I don't know. There aren't that many final things to say about the game because it just went the way it did. It is our shortest game now in the league, 9 turns.
Yeah. Well,
Cloister just fucking came in and did his job.
Yep. Well,
He's
what?
a soldier.
I probably know the answer, but what is your favorite Mon on the roster? Because I can't answer it myself because I have an insane bias answering for my own team.
I think my favorite Mon is like. I mean, like. Well, low key. Ninetales Ninetales dying was really clutch.
It really was.
I mean, it didn't.
It's probably
It didn't matter that much, but like just having the extra like veil turns is just so fucking funny. Like, I feel like Cloister probably wouldn't have come in nearly as soon if like the veil like if that had not happened.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't have been a 9 turn game otherwise.
Yeah. Shout out to Ninetales for making the most noble sacrifice of the league.
It's just like, please critical hit me, bro. I promise I'm good for it. It was. But yeah.
Yeah, I think like Ninetales is the only Pokemon that I've brought to every game now, and it's like,
yeah,
it really is putting in the work. It's like it's just like always good to bring.
Yeah, it's funny that Snow has kind of changed. It's like now you don't really need to bring Hail Pokemon to like have like a like Snow is like a different weather. Like the fact that your Pokemon aren't getting chipped by it just kind of means that you can bring whatever and you can just set up Veil and it's just really good.
Yeah.
And like that is its own really like
and like
huge positive.
And like the fact that Snow gives the defense boost too is like so good for my Cloister and also like really good for my backs, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's good for Ninetales. Like Ninetales just doesn't like. It's really hard to one hit KO Ninetales.
Yeah, look at the 73 HP and 75 defense. You look at it and it's like, oh, that's not that good. But then like Snow makes it so it like actually like pisses you off.
Yeah. Like it's like yeah, it's fucking. I mean, like I talked about it like. Like it has the equivalent like it has 75 defense, but because of Snow defense boost, it is like working with the functional equivalent of 120 defense.
Yeah.
Like. And like with being that fast, like it can get Veil up before everything, like really easily, and it's a deadly combination. But yeah. I think next we should probably pull up. I think we should probably pull up Bell versus WAFFLOES.
Got it. My final comment on my own game is, like, everybody who's believed in me in this draft league, despite my fumbling performance, these past couple of games have been for you, and for Cloister.
Yeah. Who Cloister 6-0s in a row. It's so funny.
It really, like, it could not, like, this is the comeback story of a lifetime. Only on this fucking stream.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping you go all the way, baby.
I'm gonna try.
Going all the way to the top. Concerts, movies, an animated anime.
It really is Tristana. You're so right. Alright.
Yep.
Bell versus WAFFLOES. Mr. Lady.
Yeah. No, the fucking, the Orbeetle just, magic coat fails. And
what the fuck does magic coat even do? Genuinely.
It's like a one-turn magic bounce, essentially.
I see.
Yeah, the Orbeetle was not dying. That thing's bulky as fuck, so it's just whatever.
Yeah. Sticky Web is scary for Bell to deal with.
Yeah. Quick Shuttle Ball on the Switch, but unfortunately does not click Focus Blast here and gets pursued and dies. Sidroid comes in, scares out that guy, but Orbeetle is gonna resist this a lot. WAFFLOES has to check what Triple Arrows does because it's a cheap move, but at least the webs are gone now. Swampert.
Hulk cement truck at POTUS. In terms of, you know, we know the winner of this game overall, but in terms of, like, the best nicknames, it's hard.
Gets donked by the Power Whip, unfortunately, and then that Waterfall does way too much damage. There's no boost on this Altaria, but Fire Blast comes out. We have a mixed Altaria here.
Orbeetle's kind of like crazy.
EQs, but they don't kill. And the Sludge Bomb comes out. Probably should have been a hard switch into the Nidoqueen in the first place. And then
game is going too fast. All right, hold on.
Yeah.
I understood everything.
Smacked by that scrappy Triple Arrows, but it has to leave now, obviously. This Z Sunny Day doesn't fucking do anything. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but it doesn't do anything.
Not even with the
Solar Beam doesn't even fucking kill.
Damn, that's crazy.
I
mean,
nice little Diamond Storm there.
I guess Diancie is bulky as fuck.
Yeah, it's just max Spadef also. The EQ still does nothing. Swords Dance. And no funny effect on the Triple Arrows. Honestly, the Triple Arrows have been pretty statistically unlikely this game, and then the SD Scale Shot comes out. Whoa.
This Garchomp, this dude.
And then the Earthquake comes out, and then the Earthquake also comes out again. Skull Shot. One of the greatest mysteries of T-Tar would have died because from the Focus Blast because it was -1 Spadef from the Shadow Ball Spadef drop. Yeah, it super would have died. Like that was the best Focus Blast opportunity ever.
Yeah. I honestly feel like that game was, like, decently, like, close until the Garchomp came out, and then Garchomp just asserted itself as a certified boss.
One of the greatest mysteries of all time is why Pokemon Showdown lists Scale Shot under usually useless moves.
They don't want the people to know it's actually, like, forbidden tech.
But yeah, WAFFLOES just literally just like saw me bring SD Skill Shot the week before and was just like, fuck it. But yeah, we can bring it. WAFFLOES, actually, are you like? I thought you were going to work. Are you at work right now? Are you gonna fucking be able to talk about this game, or do you wanna? Or should we just bring Bell in, or what do you want to do? You're gonna make it in time. You skedaddled.
Oh, I got plenty of time.
The skedaddler. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the team.
All right. So I just got back. I forget what happened in the match. I know I tapped the Garchomp button a bunch and I won.
Yeah.
Okay, first thing I cooked this match was, I was just like, fuck it. I'll just do triple Dragon Dance, and that's how I'm gonna win. I basically have Dragon Dance on Garmageddon. Like,
Yeah.
Skill
SC Shell
shot.
Shot is just different Dragon Dance.
like I saw Morgan, you had it. Sienna, you had it. I was just like, why don't I do that also? This seems kind of good.
Yeah.
I forget the specific speed creep stuff on all my Dragon Dance guys, but they were fast. That's all I remember basically. I
Yeah,
have
240
power
kind of
herb.
looks like it's for like modest Delphox maybe or something like that. Or, like, I
Probably,
don't know,
yeah.
some shit like that. It don't matter.
Yeah, I got
You have the
power
fucking-
herb, bounce, Gyarados, which I should bring every match from now on, I think, because it's too funny, and it's like I like using that flying stab. I like having Brave for Gyarados.
Yeah.
I did bring Orbeetle this match. Orbeetle was very good trade for me. I feel
Orbeetle is like
Good.
undeniably like a tier 6, but it's like one of the best tier 6s, I think. It's super good.
feels better than Galvantula, which I drafted as a tier 4, honestly. Like,
That's
surprisingly.
fair. I don't know. It's so bulky. Like its bulk is really good, and it learns like every move.
It's like got a pretty good speed tier too, like 90 speed. It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I had skill swap for the Hatterene.
Oh, that's a good bit.
And I had Magic Coat, I think, to kind of wall. No, Magic Coat was for like hazard trading. The first few turns there was the Diancie shenanigans, which I got schmooved on. But this kind of like semi-stalled Blissey a little bit. It was a Blissey answer. It's like Magic Coat recover.
Yeah.
I believe Sunny Day Chandelure outspeeds. What was on Bell's team? I think it outsped Meowscarada. Maybe. Oh no, that thing's fast. Probably not. Slowking. I think I just stole the EVs from like a Smogon spread, but like I looked at the calcs like for against it like with Nidoqueen and stuff, and I was like, yeah, this looks good. I'll just steal this. Yeah, I'd Grass not for Swampert, even though I didn't know Co. Ice Beam just was a good button to click against Bell's whole team, so I slapped that on there. And nothing crazy with this team. Again, just like the triple Dragon Dance I felt with webs. Like, this does a lot of damage. This should be fine. And then that worked out. So it was a fun match.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, this is a really funny team. I think like I don't know, like going full like webs, like web cyber offense is like one of the draft things that you can do sometimes. It can be really good. I mean, the webs didn't even accomplish that much. It just happened to be that like everything worked out correctly.
Yeah, as long as I have Garchomp, I don't even need webs. If I click the button Garchomp, I just win anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay,
Never
Garchomp. I'm never alone. I love you so fucking much.
Alright. Alright, thanks for your time. Good shit.
Fuck yeah.
Salutes. I might have just accidentally. Oh no, okay. I like thought I accidentally invited WAFFLOES to speak again. Because I went off the thing like right while I was like trying to take off. Hi, Bell.
Yo, whoa, this formatting really weird for me now. So yeah, I bungled it a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of feeling like Mrs. Bungle right now.
It happens to the
Yeah.
best of us. At least you get some good tunes.
Yeah. The most like the most damning thing definitely was the Delphox versus T-Tar misplay. That was so tragic. And it's funny because I had just learned about the pursuit thing, like that was the thing that thing does, and it just completely slipped my mind. Like, oh, if I switch out, that's what it's gonna do.
Yeah. And like,
which is like, of course, like,
Yeah.
I feel silly for getting hit by that, because I had every reason to know to just hit Focus Blast.
Yeah,
I'm faster.
and even if Focus Blast had missed, like, you probably wouldn't have died from the pursuit. I'm not confident in it, but I'm pretty sure, like, with max HP, I don't think you would have died from the pursuit, from, like, the 40 power pursuit.
No, absolutely not.
Like,
like, Delphox is, like, not, like...
Yeah, it's not that frail at all.
Yeah, no. It's fairly balanced in terms of defense and stuff, so it's, like... That really was just poor judgment on my part. Because... I think other than that, things mostly went pretty smooth. I will say the Orbeetle, like, early on, I was just like, what do I do? Like, do I even need to bother with it? Because it wasn't hitting me with any move. No. Because it started out with Diancie, right? Yeah, Diancie and Orbeetle on the screen.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, this is free, right? And then Orbeetle, like, just took a million hits and kept healing, and I was like, okay, alright, fuck this.
Yeah,
and I just decided to switch gears into, like, I don't need to kill this, I just need to do something else.
Yeah, for sure.
So I did. I put out the Stealth Rocks, and yeah, and everything that happened. I still feel like after Delphox tragically died, I don't really think anything I did after that was that poor.
I probably would have hard switched, into, like, Nidoqueen against Low King, but, I don't know.
Yeah, who did I have up against it?
You had Swampert in, or no, you had Altaria in. Sorry, not Swampert.
Oh, yeah.
And you clicked like the +0 earthquake.
Yeah, that was. I thought it would work. I'm too scared to. You gotta understand, I'm too scared to hit Dragon Dance or Work Up or any like shit like that.
Yeah, you just probably needed a hard switch to Nidoqueen because.
Oh yeah.
You would have taken the Sludge Bomb and like scared it out with their power. But yeah, overall, like, I don't know. There were a couple of misplays, but like, but it happens.
It was really those two that just completely.
The power whip also sucked on the Swampert, but like, I forget that fucking I forget that Gyarados has power whip. So I think I looked at like Gyarados sets, and I was like, and I didn't like see power whip coming. That was a complete blindside. So there was nothing I could have really done. I think maybe WAFFLOES brought it before. I don't know.
So I could have. There's probably something I could have done, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
Like that wasn't too. Yeah, the Tyranitar thing though, definitely.
Yeah.
That was tragic.
I'll talk about the sets a little bit.
It was a good game, and I think it went pretty much how I expected.
I'll talk about the sets a little.
It's really scary to fight against some gamers.
This Altaria was like mixed Dragon Dance. It was like with Fire Blast. It was a Fire Blast to hit like Rotom Mo, and to hit like Breloom, and to hit like Corv, especially Corv the most actually. And and that special attack was like what it needed to like kill with Fire Blast on like whatever targets, like Corv and stuff. This is a fucking normal Swamper. It was basically just like Roar to get rid of some annoying setup sweeper if they were becoming a problem. And then like Stealth Rock, Flip Turn, Earthquake, like
Yeah, I feel like I
damn,
could have
that's
used.
crazy. That's a Swamper.
There would have actually been probably a good time to use Roar, but it's fine.
This Decidueye was like speed creeping like something. I think it was speed creeping 4 if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Not positive. Triple Arrows, Roosty Fog, U-turn. Triple Arrows is just basically like a thing that's kind of annoying to switch into. Like you don't really like most of the outcomes that happen when you switch into Triple Arrows. Honestly, the fact that like no Triple Arrows effects happened that game was like crazy. that was like very unlikely. I would actually be very curious what the stats were on like how few like defense drops happened. I guess it wasn't faster than very much, so like that is fair. But yeah, like, but because like you wouldn't you can't get the flinches if you're slower, but still no defense drops is crazy. But yeah, Roosty Fog U-turn. It maybe could have been carrying another move instead of Roost in retrospect, but whatever. I thought this Delphox set was pretty good. Like overall, it just kind of didn't like. It just What happened happened. It's in the past now.
Pretty much.
It was just like max HP to like pass wishes because it really didn't matter what it was outspeeding that much. I was basically just trying to keep other things healthy, keep like Altaria healthy, keep whatever healthy. Pretty normal Nidoqueen max HP because it really didn't need the speed. It wasn't like outspeeding anything that mattered. Like once again, so yeah, like it's literally max HP on everything except for Altaria. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Dancy was like max Spadef, Diamond Storm, Body Press, Wind Blast, Stealth Rock. Basically just like meant to be like the secondary rocker, and then it had some like pretty good matchups overall. I mean, and like if it had actually been able to kill the Orbeetle, it probably would have cooked like a lot harder, and it ended up being able to. Fortunately, Orbeetle's apparently amazing, so whatever. It happens, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that about covers that.
Oh fuck! I didn't give my favorite Pokemon for either team.
All right, give your favorite Mon in.
All right, favorite Mon on WAFFLOES. I mean, it's actually like a little hard. I think like the Power Whip Gyarados is so funny, but and
Power Bounce.
Yeah, but also like the Orbeetle went so crazy. I was not expecting that little buggy to do as much as he did. So I gotta give it to good old Mr. Lady.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could never name my least favorite Pokemon because I believe they are all Arceus's creatures.
I'm Evil Morgan. My least favorite Pokemon is POTUS.
Evil Morgan would never say that because Evil Morgan would say, "Hi, my name is Nagrom."
Can we shout out my one counter nickname?
Yeah. Oh, shout out to
Yeah, honestly,
highly inappropriate reference.
Honestly, genuinely, unironically, for favorite Pokemon in your roster, even though it like didn't do much that game, I gotta give it the Hulk Cement Truck because the nickname makes me lose my mind.
Yeah, I usually just name all of my Pokemon after characters that I like that kind of fit, or like musicians or something. But I saw the opportunity. I don't know why it was Swampert specifically, but I don't know. Water ground, I guess.
Alright.
It's basically cement.
Thanks for your time.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. Let's pull up I think we ought to pull up me versus Eve.
Alright.
think it's time. You know, I think it's time.
Yes, the battle of the coaches, as it were.
Battle, yeah, we're the most prolific preppers. Prolific preppers!
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll put it on slow so nobody complains about it being too fast.
Yeah. I like start like early game with this friggin' Rotom.
You do not fall for Eve's trick.
I double back into Rotom because I'm like, I'm not falling for any tricks. And I knew there was a trick coming. I knew this guy was coming out. But I still like hedged because I thought that Psydog would come in and block the Volt Switch, which it did not. But then I bring in my Hatchrim. But then I go back into Rotom. I like double into Rotom a lot this game.
But yeah, Rotom kind of like schmick is kind of schmoovin'.
I Volt Switch out of the Rotom. I bring in Jerry Potter here. We get the quick Trick Room Psychic kill. Before the Twisted Dimensions return to normal, of course. But then I gotta leave. Rotom has to come back. I discharge on the Porygon. I try and fucking paralyze it. And I do get the para. It leaves though. And now it's time to like leave more. I just get rocks up here. And I didn't expect the Outrage to do that much damage, so I just kinda have to sack the fucking Lando. But now Weavile absolutely forces this guy out. But I know I don't just I know that it's leaving, so I click the fucking Axle, and it does way too much damage. I'm like, well, that did way too much damage. I'm just click it again, and it does way too much damage again. But Rachi comes in, so I gotta leave again. Sorry, I wrote him watch again. Rocks go up, and I don't. I miss a Hydro because I'm still scared of Volt Switching on random shit. Here's my favorite character. My favorite character happens now. The Drotagon is slower than me, but thank God I have Charm Hatchrim. Thank God I have Charm Life Dew Hatchrim, of all things.
The fakest set ever.
I get a quick Life Dew back in. I stall out that Trick Room. I tank a quick 1,000 arrows, and I charm the fucking Psydog too. And I just fucking... I just Life Dew back on that shit, baby. The classic move Life Dew. I'm bringing my friend Rotom. And then I double into Como, Frank Grimes, Homer's enemy. And I don't really know why I Clanger his soul here, because I know Psydog is alive, and I'm just like, well, I guess I'm gonna do this now. And then the Trick Room immediately goes up, because I also knew that was gonna happen. But I get the full para also, for some shit, I don't know. Something causes that to go first. But then Sideshow Bob comes out, and I have to sack a Rotom. Then I just kind of have to sack a couple things. Like, I have to be pretty careful. This Hatchrim is still slower, and I'm still gonna take too much from Outrage. But now it's an ice shard range, so I can just click the button. But I have to be like really careful now because I know the Zydog is banded, and I have to like avoid getting e-speeded like 3 times and losing.
Yeah.
So I just I like bring in the Palma Wall, and I just basically kind of basically sack it. It shockingly doesn't die there, but it does get flinched because wall Jirachi. Yeah, and now to avoid the E-speed, I need to bring in Blaze. So I click the like Shadow Ball. And then like now Zydog has to click 1,000 Arrows because like yeah, like it can't hit with E-speed. So it clicks 1,000 Arrows and Blaze does die, but then no. But I have Ice Shard. I have a Choice Band Ice Shard, so my move user uses the move.
That was some professional gaming.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we can talk about my team first.
That the Hatchram is so fucking funny.
But yeah, this is a normal Weavile. He's not fucking happy because I accidentally put frustration on him, and then I forgot to change the happiness back, or I just didn't care. So he has 0 happiness. His smile and optimism gone. Hatchram, yeah, this is like a normal Weavile with the exception of Trailblaze to hit, fucking, this is like a normal Weavile with the exception of Trailblaze to hit Quagsire and Primarina. Mostly Quagsire. It was like doing like honestly like so much damage that I was like, why is this even doing this much damage? But I wasn't gonna question it, so I just ran with it. 4th move on Weavile's fake, anyways. On banned Weavile is I'll circle back to Hatchram. Don't worry, we'll get back to Hatchram. It's the funniest one. You can see my teams are almost always in the order of just like when I came up with the set. So I literally came up with Hatchram second. But yeah. This is a pretty normal Lando. It's a pretty normal bulky Lando. He's got Defog, Stealth Rock, U-turn, DQ. He did his job this game, more or less. He got rocks up, which is good. I like rocks. He didn't overstay his welcome. I did kind of have to sack him because I didn't really expect Drotagun to be cheap. Didn't expect that to be a cheap mon. I got the Rotom. This Rotom kind of schmixed Eve a bit because Eve did not expect it to be offensive at all, but I had the 172 special attack on it. So it was Scarf, and it was like speed creeping, some annoying shit that I didn't want to deal with. But then it was probably like normal, like max speed Torn, I want to say, like something like that. Yeah, I put 172 special attack because it was just like, yeah, it was what I had, and it was yeah, and then I brought Discharge because I wanted to have a button that I could click on Volcanion twice in a row without leaving. Which didn't really happen, because I honestly did a lot with the first Volt Switch, which I was really expecting. I thought it might be like AV Volt or something, which is why I had like an abundance of caution about it. But I brought the Discharge, which it ended up basically doing nothing. It just kind of paralyzed the Porygon, but whatever. Yeah, no Willow, which might be brave to some, but it's normal in my world. It was AV Volk? Yeah, wait, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was like AV Volk with no real SPDEF investment beyond that though, right? I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get to your TB. I'll get around to this other stuff. Como, this is just kind of black belt because I couldn't think of a better item. Close Combat Ice Punch Earthquake was just the best overall coverage for Eve's roster. And I think I just did black belt because I wanted to like have close combat hit. It hit a lot of, it had a lot of neutral targets, so I just wanted it to hit harder. It was bulletproof because there were like a couple more things that were annoying in terms of like bullet and ball maneuvers on Eve's roster, like a Mega Venusaur Sludge Bomb or something. That could be annoying. Yeah, I had the Specs Blaze. This should have been Scarf. I just kind of made it Specs like 5 seconds before the game, and I don't really know why. I was just like scared of having 2 Scarfers for some reason, even though it's the best item of the game. And I like wanted to be like more original. I was like, I mean, I keep bringing Scarf Blaze. I should bring Specs, but it's like, why did I even bother? But whatever. It did its job. It like, I don't know. It probably had more opportunities if it was Scarf, but you know, it did enough. Yeah. Oh, also, that Como definitely could have been Dragon Dance and not Clangorous Soul. I don't really know why I made it Clangorous Soul, to be honest. Like, it absolutely could have been Dragon Dance, and it wouldn't really have been different that much. And then let's talk about fucking Hattrem. I, like, came up with this idea. I think I, like, came up with this idea, like, immediately after waking up one morning. Like, I like, woke up and I was immediately like, bro, Charm Hattrem, though? Because the thing about Hattrem is that it is 1 speed point lower, like, it is 1 point slower than Iron Hands. And so the idea was, okay, I can Charm and, like, annoy the shit out of Hands in Trick Room, and, like, not die to it, and just, like, stall out Trick Room turns. And then I can, like, eventually Healing Wish if I need to. Like, if I just need to, like, help something. And like Charm Life Dew just ended up being like I originally had counter Trick Room, but then I was just like, why even? Like I stall out the Trick Room so well that I don't really even need to run my own counter Trick Room. I can just I can run this fucking Charm Life Dew bullshit because like it was recovering like all the damage that Iron Hands was like able to do to it. It was just Psychic just to kind of chip Hands and like any other stuff, and then Healing Wish just so that it had like any utility outside of like Trick Room bullshit. Yeah. Druddigon is still slower than Hattrem, so it didn't quite go as planned, but like this fucking Hattrem still put in like a lot of work considering it was a matchup fish that did not get the right matchup that it wanted. Yeah. Do I need to ask you what your favorite Pokemon is on this team, or no?
I mean, this is, like, maybe the most obvious one in the world. The Hattrem is, like, too funny. It's, like, the funniest shit in the universe. Dilbert is a close second, though, because seeing Rotom named Dilbert is very funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. You can pull Beef's team.
This set is so funny.
I love bringing Faye fucking moveset. Alright. Hi, Eve.
Hello. My cat is here.
Yay.
I love Kitty.
I love Kitty too. So essentially, I decided to go for like a really similar structure to what I did with versus Hazel, with like just this kind of full Trick Room with Z-Belly Drum, Iron Hands. So let's talk in order of appearance. So Volcanion, this was like kind of a failed experiment, but this Volcanion was here to be like. Oh, like I looked at my team and I kind of realized like. I think I originally had Mega Venusaur in this spot, Wait, no, that would have been better. No, I didn't. I didn't have Negative Assault, did I? No. I wasn't that stupid. But I was like, this is sort of like, yeah, it was going to be Volcanion here always, but like, I saw the team and I looked like, hang on, it's really hard for anything to come in on Rotom Wash and not be like scared of like getting completely owned by like, whether it's like Trick Scarf or getting owned by Water Move or Will-O-Wisp. And so I decided, like, oh, hang on, if it's Assault Vest, then, like, it won't take much from Volt Switch, will it? But then it was offensively invested. Which kind of, so that kind of didn't work. What I was trying to do with doubling it into it, I was like, oh, okay, I think this is probably Trick Scarf, because just, like, how my team looks is, like, Trick Scarf's quite good against it. But what I was thinking was, like, I didn't. It was basically like the three moves I was scared of is like it could have been Water Move, Will-O-Wisp, Trick, and that would have been all quite good outcomes for me because like Trick Assault Vest, getting Assault Vest tricked onto you is quite funny because it means you can't trick again, and that means like that would be a free switch for Dredagon every time Rotom comes in. But and it wasn't even Will-O-Wisp, which is kind of mad, but. Yeah, it didn't really work out because it was quite an offensively invested Rotom Wash, and I didn't really prepare for that. The 36 special defense, that was actually
it literally wasn't Willow because I wanted to two-hit KO, like, especially defensive Volcanion, so...
Yeah.
Like...
the 36 special defense, that was for Specs Blaze. It would avoid a two-hit KO there.
Yeah.
And the defense was like... I think that was for Weavile. So I probably should have left some health on this thing just for Weavile, but I mean, I think once it took like 45% or whatever from Volt Switch, it was kind of felt a bit like too risky, but you know, it didn't do real much this game, but it's Volcanion, so it could have. Who else? Porygon 2, this is like quite a standard Porygon 2. Like, I forget exactly what the defensive spread was for, but you know, Trick Room, Teleport, Recover, standard Trick Room Porygon stuff. The foul play was for Blacephalon because that was getting owned by that. This was kind of my main sort of Blacephalon counter. Unfortunately, it died before that could really come up, so that's a shame.
Yeah.
But and my other support guy, Jirachi, this was Mental Herb because I was kind of like, you could have just been like a Taunt Lander or something. And I would have been quite upset with that. Stealth Rock, because Stealth Rock's good. Trick Room Healing Wish is a good combination, and then Iron Head. This is, like, not really groundbreaking stuff, but it did its job pretty well. And I probably should have also, like... It's probably also the other thing I should have brought in against Weavile, but I was scared of knockoff still.
Yeah.
And, so, Iron Hands, if you'll notice, this has 248 HP EVs and 152 defense EVs, and still got 2-hit KO'd by Choice Band Triple Axel. What the fuck was up with that? I can't actually believe that still. Genuinely, like, half the reason I kept it in was because I was genuinely like, okay, surely if it doesn't 2-hit KO. But, I mean, the other reason I kept it in was because, like, I kind of felt, okay, you're in a this has a non-zero chance of missing or, like, not killing, I don't know, but I didn't know the exact one at the time, but it has a non-zero chance of just not killing, so I don't think you're going to be in a really bad position if this dies to, if your Weavile dies to Iron Hands, just, like, pressing any button.
Yeah. We're basically
that was just me.
I don't know. We were basically both in a position where we both had to, like, just stay in and, like, do our thing and see what happened.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I pressed C Belly Drum there because I wanted to be, like... I genuinely just wanted to heal. I might not... Even if like...
Yeah.
I might have just, like, gotten the heal and left, but... but yeah, that didn't work out because... Choice Band Weaver is really fucking strong. Also, Z-Belly Drum would have also been pretty winning against Hatchram.
Yeah, it was like the numbers were still like quite like the fact that you weren't in Trick Room like was kind of the scary thing. Like if you had stayed in with the Z Belly drum, like it like
when I saw Hatch 1 Team preview, I had no fucking clue what it was gonna do. So I guess it worked out like that.
Yeah.
This is. I probably could have also put more defense EVs on this, considering it's like the goal is get to +6. But what I did, which was actually kind of a bit silly, I gave it enough attack EV so it would like still. I think it was so I could still Oko Rotom Wash at +6 burned.
Yeah.
Which is like I think too specific, and I should have also remembered that Choice Band Revive is fucking strong. I was just kind of assuming, oh yeah, this will probably live. Look at those stats, and I didn't look hard enough. Who else? Do you have a main Trick Room guy? Where did the MVP here? Dradagon. So as it turns out, Sheer Force Dradagon is really fucking strong.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking like, you might not bring a fairy type, so I bought two outrages because of that, and I was right. You didn't bring a fairy type. I was actually kind of half thinking like, when that Hatchroom was in on my Volcanion, is like this is. I was like really thinking this is a fairy type, so that's why I pressed Deal Move. Why did I don't know why I pressed Heavy Slam instead of Sludge Wave there, but you know. And yeah, Fire Punch is strong, and like with Sheer Force Boost, and that was like to hit like Mega Scizor and Weavile and people like that. Gunk Shot just does a huge amount of fucking damage to like anyone who's not a resist. And you didn't actually have that many poison resists.
Yeah, no.
Rock Slide, that was specifically for Talonflame because I didn't want to get flame bodied. And then Outrage is big damage. The problem was like, the problem at the end was in order to actually, I put in the calc like even, and it was like a, hang on, let me double check. It was slightly defensive invested, but even if it was like completely defensive uninvested, hang on, no, I'm lying. I mean, I was just scared it might have been defensive invested, but like, I didn't think I didn't love my odds to kill a Gunk Shot there, so I pressed Outrage instead. But that is actually what gave me enough Life Orb chip to put me into the Ice Shard range. Because this is actually like living an Ice Shard from full, definitely. And then finally, Zygarde 10. I picked it because it looked really good in Sienna's team. Like, come on, there was not a single 1,000 arrow switch in. But
yeah, I kind of just had to, like.
And also Stab Outrage doesn't help.
Yeah, I kind of just I was like really scared of Zygarde. Like Zydog and Volcanion were like the like items of like a really large amount of my prep.
Yeah. Even though I think definitely Sienna made most of the right plays that battle. But the thing is, like, if I had one more sack, I would have won with that Choice Band Extreme Speed.
Yeah.
That's the insane part. But yeah, I think it was a really good battle. I think it was just like good plays from both sides. Like,
yeah,
good Pokemon, really.
Good Pokemon at the end of the friggin' day.
I also respect Frank Grimes as the counter nickname.
Yeah,
I think that's really good. And Dilbert is a semi-counter nickname.
Yeah, I was thinking. I had just watched a like documentary series about the history of the UPN network, and they had launched Dilbert the series as a competitor to the Simpsons. So you know, I was just kind of thinking about it. Yeah. It was on the brain. Anyways.
So, favorite Pokemon on my team, though. Well, that's another important part for you to answer.
Of course.
Favorite mine.
My favorite guy. I'm torn between Quickie Mark and Sideshow Bob. I think
that's interesting because I didn't bring Ton that battle.
What?
This is the first battle I didn't bring tornadoes to, so you can't
Yeah.
really be torn.
I said Quickie Mart in the Sideshow Bob.
Well,
You
yeah.
said you're torn between them, and that was a joke. Yeah.
You can't do this to me. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep.
That was a low blow. I'm very sorry.
It's a little
I would
fucked
like
up.
to
It's okay.
publicly apologize to Twitch chat
I
and
fucking forgive you.
disconnect quietly in disgrace. Goodbye.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Drudagon because I think Drudagon did more. I think Sideshow Bob really showed his sides, all his great sides.
Yeah, for real.
Although Quickie Mark was quite funny. Shout out to Quickie Mark too.
All right. So, what do we got to pull up now? What we got here? Right, Hazel on the fly this week. Hazel's just hanging out here. Hazel's just part of the group. Yeah. We can pull up. We can pull up. How do we pull up? Faye versus Lillie. Faye versus Canada Lillie. And I have some notes from her here. She's not going to be here to talk about it, but I have some notes for that team building. But yeah.
Alright. Man, I'm just like looking at Faye's team immediately and like Faye's got kind of a crazy roster. Huh?
It's got some crazy moves. But yeah. Got a big blizzard there. Turn 1.
Big
Into an ice
blaze.
shard. Fun fact that fucking this guy has 95 attack. He's pretty strong.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked
Like
up.
on both sides. Looks. Gets the veil up. But the SD's place, the Mimikyu. The disguise gets broke. The sneak does not kill at +3. And then, but it goes for Ice Shard because I guess thought the whatever, but yeah, if that playoff had missed, that would have been really tragic.
Yeah.
It happens. But now it is definitely in fake out range. And it dies. D-Knight comes in, and Clef comes in. And Clef takes 0 damage from D-Knight extreme speed.
As Clef tends to do.
And we get the fucking cosmic power in the building.
Yeah, Cosmic Power goes fucking crazy. Although the
we have a trick sticky barb on a magic guard Clef is a bit of a blunder. Golurk has its Klutz ability, which is pretty funny, but yeah, you can't sticky barb. A really unfortunate Poltergeist miss. Clef is at +3 now, and it's taking 0 damage. If I'm Faye here, I just keep clicking I would just keep clicking Cosmic Power, but Faye's like a more respectful person than me, I guess.
Poor Lillie has already given up the goose as well, but she has to let Clef just play out.
This Grassy Glide is gonna crit, actually,
crit,
and this is something you get.
It's all good. Lillie's back.
Oh, yeah. The wing beat miss sucks here. but just an E-speed, but damn, that was a fat E-speed. Was this fucking... And then another Wick Peat miss. Luna just comes in, just like, fuck it. But the Dragonite DD's on the Luna.
Oh,
We got a fat Ice Punch.
The Ice Punch is crazy.
The Grassy Train's actually quite nice for the Luna. Takes it quite a bit from the E-speed, but you know, it's killed. The threat has been killed. Cleavor comes in and it clicks Stone Axe, but Stone Axe doesn't kill because this guy's fucking Brawlic, and the Facade does kill because this guy's fucking Brawlic.
Ursaluna is like maybe one of the stupidest Pokemon ever. It's so funny.
Yeah. The Glizzy comes in on the Luna, and now Mence is in the building. It takes approximately jack shit from the Lizzie, and in an abundance of caution, Faye roosts. And then a quick Wing Beat still doesn't kill.
Well, Nat, I don't mean that Ursaluna is stupid as, like, a creature. I mean it's stupid in that Game Freak made it, like, one of the strongest guys ever.
And the EQ does kill Mence, I believe. I don't know how, like, targeting, like, how that stuff works with like, the Grassy Train. I don't know if that was weekend or not. But, yeah.
Alright, whose team did you want to talk about first?
Can you actually talk about, let's, like, bring Faye in here, and let's have Faye talk about it. I need to go do something really quick, so I'm gonna go, mute and do that really quick, and take care of that, and then, yeah, I'll be back, but Faye can talk about her squad.
Hi, hello.
Hi. Oh, fuck, I have to be, like, the interviewer now. Where did it all begin?
Where do we begin? Fuck you, you little fucking bitch. Anyways. Yeah, so... This is a match where I realized that, like, oh yeah, my guys are fucking good. I have good Pokemon on my... I can be using... I like, just... Like, I can, like... I should... worry about like enforcing my own game plan first instead of always figure, because like my guys are like just good enough to just attack and kill things.
Genuinely, like, your roster in this battle is like so fucking good. Like, I could see this being like a real Nat Dex team that's actually like really annoying to deal with.
Anyways, so I decided to go. I started building it as like screens, like a bulky offense, like screens team with like Vanillux as Aurora Veil, of course. Because like I saw that like there were like between like Dragonite and Rillaboom and fucking Mimikyu, there was like a whole bunch of priority moves going around that like would have made Trickum just like a fool's errand, like just a Sisyphean ordeal if I went with Trick Room, because there was like just so much priority on Lillie's roster. So I decided like, yeah, screens is good. I can just go screens and then like
and then like really like Luna's fucking bulk is too good.
Yeah. Anyways, like I did initially have like a Raikou as a Reflect setter with like initially had like Raikou as like, hold on, it was like Volt Switch, Reflect, Shadow Ball and Signal Beam, because I saw that like if the Rillaboom tried to switch in to resist the electric moves as I use Reflect, then Raikou could survive a hit from Rillaboom and like
Yeah.
2-hit KO with Signal Beam, and I just thought that was like the funniest fucking thing. But then I stepped back and realized that like the point of my screens is to like just like keep Lillie's breaking power at bay, like keeping all her choice band Pokemon, all her Dragon Dance shit, like keeping that under wraps.
Yeah.
Like, keeping them from killing me, and I realized that like Zoroark can also do that and be way better in this matchup in a bunch of other places. And yeah, it would be like I originally had like Taunt on Zoroark instead of Knockoff, and then I just switched it to Knockoff, and I meant to switch it back to Taunt, but I forgot.
It's okay. They're like both like two of the best moves in the game, anyways.
Yeah. This like I was thinking about like Gyarados like would have been like a really good taunt target to stop it from like substitute Dragon Dance stuff like that. Like I had a list of like what matchups I could be luring with Zoroark, and like I thought like this guy gets taunted, this guy gets wisped, this guy gets wisped. Oh wait, oh yeah, and then Bitter Malice is like again like Bitter Malice reduces attack and stops Lillie from doing damage, and it also like is a good option against Soul Edge since it's immune to Wisp.
Ooh,
as
yeah.
well. And like since that most of Lillie's threats are like physically focused, and it's like that's why that was like why the Raikou idea was just Reflect and no Light Screen, and why I went with a Zoroark for spreading wisps around. And then I did like look back on like Lily's replays and saw that like when Azelf was the lead, it really liked doing trick stuff with choice items, and I decided like if that was gonna happen, then if she was gonna do that this game, then I would click Blizzard and then Ice Shot to KO, like finish it off.
Yeah.
Like just to make sure that like I don't lose tempo. But I managed to get the Aurora Veil off anyways. And it was I got the best of both worlds. And the Salamence, like the EV spread is speed creeping Rillaboom and then doing enough to like one-hit KO after Stealth Rock with dual Wing Beat.
Fuck yeah.
And then the rest in bulk. And, like the Salamence is like really good pivot because, you know, like Rillaboom doesn't have anything to hit it, and then the only thing Ceruledge has that can hit it is Dragon Claw, which like is gonna just be like fucking awful coverage against everything else.
Yeah, that's like not tech.
Yeah. It's like both of those would get intimidated and like get like threatened out by like either dual Wing Beat or Earthquake respectively. And of course, you know, Boosty Fog, you know, the usual. And then, of course, like Lopunny is Revenge Killer. Like, I speed crept the Azelf, and I saw that like But there is like one thing I saw while like building that I thought like was really funny, and it was like Scarf Glaceon could outspeed Adamant Lopunny, and I was like thinking like I decided like I wasn't gonna run Jolly for Glaceon because it's like either it's not in a million years gonna come, but if
Yeah.
it does, that would be like such a funny way to lose that I would have just accepted it.
Yeah. Sometimes you literally just make that decision during. I'm back, by the way. But sometimes you just make that decision during building. You just look at something and you're just like, okay, well, if they bring this to the best player ever and they deserve to win, so it doesn't matter. Out of my hands now. I've done that probably once per match that I've like built for anybody, like including myself and like other people as well. Like I'm praying for somebody. I'm just like, well, they could bring this stupid thing, but they would have to be the best player ever. So whatever.
Well, at least nothing would be as stupid as like Power Up, Meteor Beam, Shuckle. So, anyways, getting to
stupid thing, Eve. I don't remember right now. I'll think about
getting
it.
to Clefable. Yeah, like not much could like really like do a lot of immediate damage, and either like not much could do a lot of immediate damage, and then like of course like if they try to like boost through and try to kill me, then I have my own boost with Cosmic Power, and I thought that was like it would. Yeah. I thought that was like a really funny way to just like sit on all the physical threats Lillie had.
Yeah.
And like the only thing that would have really threatened it would have been Cerulege, because like against this Clefable specifically, Cerulege is like it would have resisted the Moonblast and taken only like 15% or something, and then like Sword Stance could boost faster than Cosmic Power, and then Bitter Blade would have healed Cerulege up. So
yeah,
but then Cerulege didn't end up coming out, so I just
and
saw.
And Cerulege didn't come out, and then the Grassy Glide crit made it into a real like match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think that was like the best way the Clefable could have gone, like because like if the trick Sticky Barb onto Clefable specifically was like really kind of a funny like a kind of a pretty funny mistake, and then like Rillaboom saved us from not having to watch Clefable like slowly click Moonblast 24 times and softboard 8 times.
Yeah.
So
we were spared that much.
Any like final thoughts? Well,
the Ursaluna is pretty normal, and the Lopunny is pretty normal. I already mentioned the Scarf Glaceon. Like if she bought that, that would have been like a very funny thing to lose to. So I decided like I was okay losing to it. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to cover. I did like forget what the 12 special attack on Clefable was. Like I don't remember what damage threshold that was supposed to be for.
It happens. Alright.
Also, I guess like it's not like entirely unreasonable to like not bring Cerulege, because it would like a Cerulege probably would be scared of knockoff from Clefable. Like even though it's like not like a physical attacker, it's still like hitting a weakness and then making it a defense drop, making its defense drop further.
Yeah.
If it was weak armor. So like that still would have been like a win for Clefable if like a way that Clefable would have won, that like it could have threatened and made Cerulege scared.
Yeah. Well,
And I think like Toxic was for Ceruledge because that also would have just been like not taking much from the ice moves.
Yep.
And I think I did do like minus speed on Vanillix because like it was just like slower than everything except for like the only things it was faster than was stuff like fucking Glaceon and Magnezone or like Muck, which but two of those are Resist and the other one is Assault Vest. Is an Assault Vest guy. And then Goluk is I was not thinking. I think like even minus speed Vanillux is still like outspeeding like uninvested Goluk anyways. I think so. Like that also wouldn't have mattered.
Right. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. See ya.
Alright. Good shit.
And my favorite guy, it's kind of obvious, it's Clefable. Even if, like, the crit happened, like, the cosmic power, like, almost, like, completely fucking over Lillie is just so funny. You can't not love it.
Cosmic Power is, like, the funniest, like, move that, like, doesn't even... It doesn't feel... It's, like, obviously good, but it, like, doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
Anyways. Because it's, like, you're not even making yourself stronger, bro. You know, it's just... Yeah.
Oh my god, is this the second week in a row Clefable gets the funny noodle star? Awesome.
Yeah. And we can pull up Lily's team now.
Right now.
I have notes. I have notes on it. Wait, let me grab my phone next to me. I can read off the notes. Yeah. So Lillie basically said the following, which is, please phone open. Yeah. Golurk was like basically I was excited about it because you know it was like a new trade, and generally she just like completely forgot about Magic Card and just thought that like Trick Sticky Barb would beat the Clef, which is really funny, although unfortunate. Yeah, but like Klutz Trick Sticky Barb, it is still kind of fire though. We gotta hand it. Gotta give that a hand. Yeah. Basically, kind of regrets bringing Golurk anyways, and thinks that it was kind of silly to bring it and Mimikyu on the same team. Everything else is pretty standard. I had trouble preparing, so I kind of threw stuff together. So yeah, like, you know, it's a pretty normal D night. I don't know what it was speed creeping. I don't know. It was probably something. It was probably something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like normal banded Rillaboom. Pretty normal like Life Orb Mimikyu, pretty normal like this Specs Azelf that she's brought a few times, and then yeah, like all in all fairly standard. Yeah, so like yeah, like Left was a really hard matchup. She was really like freaked out about it. She didn't have like that much time to build because it just kind of slipped her mind, and then she had to kind of play the next day almost, and so you know it happens sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah. And that's like most of the night. She used to like but it was kind of an annoying matchup, and she wished she had kind of built a little better, but it happened. But you know, good shit to her overall. There was funny stuff. It's regardless. To it. What game should we pull up next?
And my favorite guy of this team is... It's actually kind of hard. It's actually kind of... And it's not because I don't respect any of these Pokemon. It's actually because I respect them too much. No, it's Sticky Barb Golurk. Because you know what? If it wasn't for Magic Guard, that would have been like the funniest tech ever. Instead, it was just a funny blunder, but it's okay. Golurk tried his fucking best, okay?
Eve, it's Ellie, Ray, and Tristana Diana are left. We're not gonna be doing Charlotte Lillie, so like, yeah. But
yeah, basically, to sum up what happened with Charlotte Lillie, someone put a big bomb on the battlefield, and it was really hard to see what happened. But Charlotte admitted defeat.
Yeah, more or less. But yeah. Let's like. I think let's pull up. Let's pull up. Ray Ellie.
Alright.
This is a pretty funny game overall. It might not be that funny to Ray.
Oh, but that's a good start.
Get a nice light screen up for Ellie. It would taunt prevents anymore from occurring. We got the Mewtube in effect.
Because Mewtube is where the poop is.
Yeah.
Mewtube just loves clicking Psychic Fangs.
Yeah. Calls out the knock and switches into Zard Y, which is pretty hype. I mean, it was a good hedge in general. It was grass move. Obviously, it was bad. That wasn't like, yeah. This fucking flamethrower crit does way too much damage.
And gets the burn.
What are they feeding this guy, dude? I don't understand it.
Charizard is like Game Freak. It does some fucked up things for Charizard.
It's the second screen up.
Yeah, right as the first ends.
But then just hard into Cell.
And Cell is so perfect, by the way.
Yeah, just real quick, drops a heavy slam on there. Gets that attack boost. Decides we have the Occaberry in effect, so the Mystical Fire does not do that much damage, and the Mega Horn clones Latios. Yachimichima is dead. The Heart gets sent out to try and revenge kill, but then then the switch happens into Fanny. Automatize goes up, or Autotomize, fuck, yeah, whatever. Now Cell really, is faster.
This really is perfect Cell. Holy shit.
Prototype Jack actually had Shuckaberry the whole time and does not kill with the Rock Slide.
Iron Treads, you'll do something eventually.
Quick EQ on opponents here, and then finally it's in E-speed range. But now Sandy Shocks can kind of just click Earth Power. And then in what is honestly an abundance of caution, Ellie just brings in Mew to try and get a better differential, and the protect happens here, and then just quick psychic fangs to the snout there. Yeah. after bringing Brought for like 3 games and not doing anything, Celesteela finally earned its fucking keep this game.
For real.
Yeah. But yeah. So I prepped Ellie for this week, so I can talk about this team. Charizard Y is very normal. It's speed creeping something. I don't remember what. Doesn't matter. Not important. Araquanid was here for like webs. Like it was just like webs, liquidation, stalled leech life. The like Spadef investment was the Spadef investment was for Ray to it was for well, it was for some annoying thing we didn't like at all and we wanted to deal with.
And that sucked.
So it doesn't matter. I think it was for like Latios or something. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I think the Leech Life kind of fun Latios also. It was something like that. Mew is just kind of a general utility mon. Knockoff Psychic Fangs, U-turn Defog. Just kind of checked a lot of boxes. Knockoff Psychic Fangs hit a lot of different things, and obviously Psychic Fangs breaks your screens. In case there were any screens got brought, which is not that likely, but whatever, you know, sometimes it happens. Yeah, we just want boots on the Mew because we just wanted it to come in and be able to defog stuff. Grimmsnarl was really normal. It was Parting Shot because there are like not any dark types on Ray's roster to block the Prankster Parting Shot. And it matched up against a lot of good things. And because like Darkest Lariat wasn't really hitting that much stuff that like Spirit Break wasn't. And Spirit Break was chosen because the special attack drops were considered like more valuable overall than the than like the slight the power increase on Plera. Also, it's 254 happiness because we thought it would be funny. That's reasonably normal shocks. It's like a fast like photosynthesis speed shocks. This has basically been the exact shock set that has gotten brought like every week. Like for Ellie, and it's just so good that it doesn't matter. Like Magnet has also been the item like every week basically. And I mean he's Magnets. He was like the first Magnet, so it makes sense for him to have Magnet.
That's his baby.
Yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, Cell is, like, obviously the gamer of the hour here. We went Akaberry, because, like, the item didn't really seem to matter, and we were just like, well, this lets it set up on, like, Latios, and, like, on, like, this is set up on, like, Latios, and on, like Clark, and on, like, a bunch of other annoying shit. And you can just click Autotomize. Ray was the one who ran 254 happiness, and none of us knew how it fucking happened, which I think is why I think that was like how it got brought up, and like why it ended up happening. But yeah, yeah, like Faye pointed out that this coverage is really funny, but it actually hits Ray's roster really well. Megahorn Earthquake, Heavy Slam just like hits most of Ray's shit like pretty hard, as you saw. Yeah. I will say about the Akaberry, there's an unfortunate moment that occurred with the Akaberry, which is that Ray could have killed Ray could have killed the cell with the Hark. Because there was a moment where Ray could have killed the cell with the Hark, but forgot to turn off Akaberry in the calc and didn't realize that it was like that the Flare Blitz was actually killing, which is pretty tragic. Because that was where Ellie really should have clicked like autotomize on the Latios, but she got scared and didn't do it. Well, I guess it worked out. Yeah. That basically like covers it. I'm really glad that Celesteela worked out. I don't know. Like, also many people have been wondering this, but Autotomize is fine to run on Celesteela because it's like 2,000 pounds and every Pokemon's like 200 or something. So it actually like doesn't matter at all when you have your weight. Like, you still actually are doing max heavy slam damage to like almost everything.
It's just it's a big bitch.
Yeah. We can talk about Ray's team now. We can bring Ray in.
Well, my favorite Pokemon on the roster.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, it's obviously Celesteela. Although, like, when the match first ended, for a brief moment, like, I was so sleep deprived that my brain was like, Mewtwo is the best one because its name is Mewtwo.
Pretty good. It is a pretty good nickname.
It really is.
Around here.
Hello.
Hi.
So, yeah, the first thing you might notice looking at my team is that I was going for a Street Fighter cross Tekken thing against Ellie's Street Fighter 6. Second thing you might notice is that kind of sucks. So, like, Nihilego I wanted to bring because, you know, it was one of my shiny new guys, and also rocks are, like, notably good against Zard Y.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good rock setter, and also just generally, like, Sludge Wave and Power Gem hit things really well and had a good special bulk. I ran Protect because I wanted to be able to scout Mew sets, because I had no idea what Mew would possibly be bringing, and it did help me know that it was physical Mew, so it would kill it faster at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And so, the reason I led with Terrain Extender Finny is I wasn't sure how much Finny was going to do against like a lot of Ellie's roster, so I wanted it to get like as much value out of its terrain as possible, and I also wanted to taunt the inevitable Grimmsnarl lead to stop from getting dual screens up, which did work. That Decidueye set there is specifically to counter Superior, which did not come, notably. It doesn't like actually do much to Superior at all, but it does haze away the Leaf Storm boosts.
Yeah. Yeah, and the long reach is pretty funny for like anything that might chip you.
Yeah, which is like, I guess nothing unless Ellie Rocky Helmet.
Helmet shocks is like, helmet shocks are like still and you're like not impossible, or even like I don't know. Helmet's a weird item though. Yeah.
Paul Phoenix, I'm like sad about because he definitely could have cooked there if I had not had another calc mishap. I think from here on, I'm just gonna like Speed Racer in the movie and just like instead of having the calc open, just close my eyes and like listen to the numbers.
Yes.
Heihachi Mishima well, is dead, first of all. Energy Ball is, you know, for like shocks and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like you had the mystical fire for. I mean, mystical fire's pretty normal on Latios, obviously, but like you had
Yeah.
it for Cell and for whatever else you needed to hit.
Yeah, I'm like learning now that Cell is like a really, really good Pokemon, so I did not really over prepare for it like I should have.
Yeah, it's strong.
Yeah. Also, I almost forgot, I also have Protect on Nihilego to like, if this is like completely like a wrong thought process to have. I was like, well, I want to know if Zard has Scorching Sands, but first of all, Nihilego outspeeds Zard and kills it, but also it's not like a grand mystery if Ellie is going to bring Scorching Sands against my team with Nihilego and Hark.
Yeah. 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 You had the Shucka treads. What was that about?
That was like, so it could eat like an Earth power from Sanity Shocks in case it needed to for like the opportunity to spin and then like kill it with Earthquake. And then it could like maybe kill some things until it gets walled by Cell.
Yeah.
And like it did. Oh, credit where credit's due. Treads did chip out Cell enough in order to let me kill with extreme speed.
Yeah.
So that turned it from a 6-0 to a 5-0.
Treads it killed something. Well, it didn't kill something, but it made something able to be killed. It had a good assist. It had a good kill assist this game. Yeah. Yeah. Is that about overall coverage?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
This was, you know, definitely an unfortunate team building incident for me.
Yeah.
But, you know, this weekend I'll maybe get to show Lillie how hard I've been playing Bonmar Cyberpunk instead of team building. So yeah, that'll be fun.
Alright.
And my favorite guy on the team is Iron Treads because he's gonna do something eventually. He's gonna do something eventually. I believe in this thing more than anybody else in the world.
Alright. Now we can pull up that Diana Tristana battle. That final duel of epic proportion. One might say. One might even say. Kinda awesome.
That makes me really happy to hear, Ray. It was really funny. While I was on vacation, I randomly got like a notification from Tumblr that was like, "You're gonna love this post from blog PJack," and it was just like pictures of like really thick slices of salami.
Yeah. Yeah, so I prepped Tristana a little for this week. And I also Diana was I sort of prepped Diana. I don't know. Diana's been kind of just mix and matching like different sets that I gave her to make her teams recently, which makes me I kind of prepped her if you think about it.
True.
This immediate Thunder Punch death is kind of funny. The Sharpedo comes in. It does get the +1 speed. He goes for double protect though, which I don't know why that happened, but whatever. Big Psychic Fangs. Big Toxic.
Big Toxic though. Yeah, Mega Sharpedo hits like a fucking truck, huh?
Yeah, it's got strong jaw. That jaw is fucking tough. Reddit Gold here comes in and
the fuck?
impresses.
It's fucking first impression? What the hell?
Yeah, look at how big its thing is.
I guess.
If you saw its thing, you'd be like, wow.
That's
it makes a
crazy.
first impression.
It does make a hell of a first impression.
This fucking Temple of Manaphy is so strong. But the Giga Drain does heal, like, a fair amount here. There's, like, no Ice Beam on the Manaphy, unfortunately. Otherwise, that Tangrowth would be dead as fuck.
Yeah.
It is AV Tangrowth. I can spoil that. The Pool Toy comes in and clicks Aura Sphere, which doesn't do anything. This is like kind of I don't know why Diana keeps bringing this. This is a very specific counter set that I like helped build for Faye, and it doesn't really work against other stuff that much. It was supposed to just beat Bisharp.
Well, as long as Diana is having fun and being herself.
This is true. T-Tar comes in against the Pharaoh. Pharaoh's like the best miner. Christ from God comes in though also. But rocks go up. This is also kind of a specific counter set, but it's fine. This is a no, but this is actually different from my set that I made. This one has no attack, Southern Flip Turn. Takes the Thunder Punch. The Aura Sphere really doesn't do that much because Tyranitar is really bulky. Notably really bulky guy with Sand Up.
Yeah, good lord, it's just eating those Aura Spheres like it's fucking dinner.
Yeah, and the Surfish comes in and she impresses you once more.
It really does.
But Surface is forced to leave. Blocks the Leech Seed. A pretty big Focus Blast, but not the biggest I've seen.
Is there like no sound coming from this? There we go.
Well,
Battle's gonna end soon, but I need to hear sounds.
Focus Blast misses. Flip Turn is not going to be doing much damage. So we have the world's most impotent Giga Drain, and then just another Giga Drain, just trying to predict the switch, because really, honestly, like, the positioning is solid here. Just kind of sit here and have Tangrowth do stuff. But Focus Blast misses again. And now Tangrowth is in scary zone. But the Focus Blast does hit, and the like Pharaoh is like just in range. The fucking Flip Turn does not kill Milo, or does not kill Tangrowth. And we get a crit Giga Drain. Recovers on it, but it really just, you know, it's just kind of, this isn't really a position that, like, where anything can be done about it.
Yeah, Tangrowth did go a little crazy this match.
I love 2 Disguised Unknowns, by the way.
It is a really good nickname.
The unknown through line on Tristana's nickname has been making me smile. But it's just kind of, it keeps happening. And I really do respect Tristana's willingness to just kind of, like, the amount of turns that Tristana spent just trying to PP stall their covers before just finally actually sending out Jolteon is, like, really funny.
Yeah.
I respect it. And now we have 2 Flame Orb Pokemon, because this is Quick Feet Jolteon, and it gets a quick Thunderbolt and Plunge Zone. Yeah. Yeah, the fucking Yeah. Let's bring Tristana in here. Talk about this stuff. I can talk about it a little too. I collabed a little. Most of Tristana's idea. I did.
Hi. Yeah, Sienna helped me with a couple things.
Yeah.
Because I was terrified of getting knowledge checked again. Trailblaze scarred me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just... I went back to the core for this, I guess.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
worked
you had
out
the
very
nice-
well for me.
And the AV 10 growth worked really well. It was eating all the shit it needed to be.
Yeah, I was unsure if I wanted to go AV for it, but I'm glad I did in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I'm going.
Yeah. Super defensive Tyranitar, yet again, helping me out a lot.
Yeah, it was taking jack shit from 4 times super effective moves.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to happen, but good lord. I'm glad I brought the Jolteon again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the Sand. I also mainly had Tyranitar there to get rid of Rain if it came up, but I got rid of the Rain threat pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm so glad Charizard gets Thunder Punch.
Yeah. Smack.
The main.
Fucking smack them.
Yeah. The main thing Sienna helped me out with, which I'm happy about the most, is Reddit Gold having Choice Band.
Yeah.
That thing went crazy.
Yeah, I was just basically looking at it and I was just like, oh damn, wait, Choice Band first impression kills like everything. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I had it had 3 other moves too, but it just clicked fucking first impression only.
Yeah. Because, first impression Choice Band was initially to, kill Barrascuda if it was wrong, because I was also pretty scared of that showing up.
Yeah.
Because fast Pokemon is a big weakness of this team, frankly.
Yeah.
But if I build bulky, then it helps a lot.
Yeah, because especially because first impression is +2 priority, it beats the Aqua Jet.
Yeah.
It beats the Aqua Jet too. You just pawn it. It just Oko Barrascuda and Oko a couple other things, and it just works.
Yeah.
Having a nice priority region is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the quick feet myself, but I brought it.
Yeah, I basically just looked at it and I was like, you know what? This is cute. I think the only thing that was different was, I don't know, there was some different 4th move on it when, Tristana sent it to me and I was just like, you can run, I
think it was Protect, maybe. I don't remember.
I can look it up. I'll check our DOs. I'll find it in the find mode.
This is less about the team building and more about one of my nicknames. I like how the way the team viewer here displays the bird website joke and the punchline right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was Calm Mind before, and I was like, well, you can do Wish because then it's then your fast pivot thing, you can
yeah.
And then I think T-Tar was Rest, and then it let you fit in a different 4th move on neck because then you could get a little more healing spread around.
Yeah,
nice.
so I had Rest over Stone Edge initially, but
Yeah.
it's so bulky and didn't need it, and I'm glad I brought Stone Edge in the end.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got much to say about Toxapex. That's just a solid Pokemon that can do taking
pretty
moves.
normal decks. Yeah.
I can't think of much else I wanted to say. Actually, I don't usually bring Focus Blast because it always misses, but it was the only choice I had.
Yeah, and it did miss a lot, but it also hit enough times to work.
It hit twice very well, so...
Sometimes that's all you need. Yeah, yeah, did I cover it?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Thanks for having me.
Alright. Shit, thanks for your time.
And my favorite guy on this team is Surfetched because first impression is crazy. That, like, kind of broke my mind a bit, the fact that that bro even gets it.
Yeah. Wants to impress you. I'm talking about Diana's team. Like, again, I didn't prep Diana, but I kind of made a lot of these sets, like, randomly. So, like, this my Lodic was to pwn, Sneasler against Charlotte. Because it was meant to be, like, the Flame Orb made it absorb Dire Claw, like, status, and then it, like, walled a Dire Claw. This is kind of different bulk than it originally had. So the Diana did mess with it, and the moveset was different too. It was Haze originally, but there was, I don't know where the Protect came from, that flip turn and the stuff. Pharaoh is pretty normal. I don't know where this 4 special attack came from. Oh, it must have been, I don't know, it must have been a goof. But it's whatever.
For funnies.
That's not the 4 special attack.
For sillies.
Pelipper is, Pelipper's pretty normal. It's just bulky Pelipper. No Hurricane is kind of weird, but whatever, it's fine. I don't know what all these protects are. It's fine. It's
Protection.
fine. It's fine. It's still protecting you. Yeah, like, again, this Latias was very specifically, like, a Bisharp check. Like, it was like, not, it had other uses against Faye's team, but it was, like, very specifically a Bisharp check against Faye. And it was not, like, it didn't, just been kind of copy-pasting it. Whatever. Yeah, Sharpedo's cool. This is a normal Sharpedo, but it's cool. It put numbers on the screen. And then Manaphy is also pretty normal. I don't really know why it's Psychic instead of Ice Beam, but it, like, it still hits pretty hard. Pretty much fine. Alright, that's about it. Diana is kind of busy with a lot of stuff right now, so she hasn't been putting everything. She's a newer player. It's harder for her to, like, she has to put in a lot more time to, like, really. It might have been Psychic Protects, yeah. Diana's a newer player. It's harder for her to, like, put a lot of time into stuff like this, like, right now, especially because her school just started and she's been busy with a lot of other stuff, and she's been busy with playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3. So, we've all been there. But it's okay. Well, actually, I've never played Baldur's Gate 3, so I've never been there, actually. Torpedo, where are you going? No! What? Don't leave! Don't! What? What? Oh, hey. Oh, wait. No, man. Come on. Oh! Oh. 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 Torpedo! Oh! Stop playing my heart, man.
I'm doing, like, Coco Melon with you right now. Okay, Sienna, where's the shark?
There, it's in the middle right.
You're so smart, Sienna. Just for that, you don't even have to put your head down during nap time, okay?
Thank fucking God.
Well, if you couldn't tell by that bit, Sharpedo is my favorite one on this team. I think she is quite scary and funny.
Yeah. Shark. Alright, yeah, let's make over it. I guess we can talk about Charlotte versus Lillie. It was, like, I mentioned it before, but, like, it's just, it was a 5-0. Charlotte kind of wasn't feeling that good and just kind of sandbagged at the match, and it was it's not really a fun watch, and I think it's kind of embarrassing for the players, and I just don't really want to talk about it. Personally, like it's worth an explanation, but I don't really want to talk about it. I don't know. Why did you zoom in? Why did you wait? Mantine.
The dollar.
Monzong. $5.
The dollar.
$5. Alright, okay, yeah, we can look at the rankings, though. Yeah, so, again, as always, take these with a grain of salt. We're basically just going over them for fun. Because, you know, it's not science right now, like, that people don't have the same amount of games. There are people with buys and stuff who will not have the same amount of games as everyone else until after week 8. So, you know, we can't talk about it right now. But yeah, at the top we still have Lillie, who is still 6-0. One of the gamers of our time. We have me right after that. I'm also one of the gamers of our time. So shouts out to me. Then we have Hazel, who had her bye this week, but also a fucking gamer. So shouts out. We have Faye, who has really made the climb. Faye is like kind of like, and I mean Morgan is also after it, but Faye's kind of on that like most improved award kind of grind right now. After losing first 2 weeks, having a really close week 3, Faye's kind of rebounded and has been doing really well for herself. And I think that's pretty hype. Faye's a great player, for sure. WAFFLOES, still way up there. WAFFLOES is a great player as well. They will always bring some crazy shit, and you can never expect it. And they also just know how to play the game, so it's a terrifying combination. We have our Canadian Lillie down there at 6. The undefeated streak has ended, but still 3-3 right now, so still quite a good record. Still hanging in there. We have Ray down there. Ray took the loss to Ellie, but also still hanging in there. 3-3 or 3-3. Then we do go down to Eve, who is, again, I really want to say 3-2 for Lillie. Oh yeah, right. Eve is 2-4, but or 2-3. Sorry. But like, please keep in mind that Eve is amazing at this game, and had to fight me and Hazel in a row. I mean, WAFFLOES, me, Hazel in a row, which is just so. That's all really hard matchups. Like, those are all basically coin flip matchups in terms of player skill, I think. And, sometimes you just lose coin flips. I might know that better than anybody in this league. Yeah. But Eve is still comfortably within the playoffs threshold. It's still at 8, but not there. Ellie is at 9 here with her Celesteela victory. Ellie's had a very interesting like record so far. I mean, if you look at Ellie's record, in 6 games, Ellie's opponents have had 6 Pokemon remaining. Or in 5 games rather. Ellie's opponents have had 6 Pokemon remaining, which is really damn good. If you'll notice, like if you'll think about that for a second, Ellie won 2 games and went 1-0, like loss like the other 2 games, and just only had like a 4-0 loss one time, which I think is really impressive. Ellie has some of the best differential in the league. So she's certainly still holding on. Mike is down there. We had Mike and Morgan's bout today. Also still hanging on. Like we have and then Morgan, who has climbed up the ranks. Morgan has hit 11 and is only climbing.
It's not over until it's over, Morgan Nation.
It's not fucking over. It's not over at all.
I finally, I understood now. These past 2 games, it's all been about the Cloister. I just needed to fucking believe in him.
Yeah. It's like seriously some like hard in the cards. It's like, you know how Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, maybe you don't know, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Like he would like you'd play Karibo, and they'd all be like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? Karibo sucks." And then he'd win because he believed in Karibo. And that's like what Cloister is like for you.
Literally.
And sometimes you'd like talk to Karibo. I don't know if you've ever talked to Cloister, but
I'm on very friendly terms with Cloister.
yeah. Yeah. And then we have then we get down to our lower contenders here. So Belle and Tristana are both still in, technically. They are both still able to make playoffs if they work their arses off. All of these people with 2 wins can still make playoffs, which is terrifying, right? If you think about it, it's like, what the fuck is gonna happen in 2 weeks, right? Like, but it's real. Like every. How did that happen? How did that? You can keep it there. I don't even. Is that Faye? Faye just put Google on it. Faye just put Google on it, bruh. Faye just put Google. What the hell, dude? I don't even have my...
Dude, I'm like so fucking tired right now. This is like the funniest shit I've seen in like the past 24 hours.
Yeah. Shouts out to Google.
Fuck's sake.
Fuck. Okay. And then unfortunately, Charlotte and Diana are pretty much out of playoff contention. Unfortunately. Actually, that's not true. Faye, you were. It looked like you were hovering it. Is that you? Okay. I don't know. I thought it was blue. The outline is blue. I thought it was a blue editor did that stuff. Did Hazel do it? I don't know. Somebody's getting their fucking head chopped off for this shit, okay?
Dude, I had my medication in my mouth right as I was sent, and I had to try so hard to not spit it out. It was like melting in my mouth as the fucking J-Wix picture just showed up next to Google. Fuck.
Shut up and disappeared in half a second. Fuck.
Yeah, that was my Joker laugh because I had medication in my mouth that I was trying to keep in there and not just like spit out.
Yeah. I was actually okay. Let me clarify. Actually, Charlotte is still technically in playoffs contention because I forgot that they're part of Makeup Week, so they actually can still technically make playoffs. You need 4 and 4 to make playoffs right now. There will be like probably 2, maybe 1 4 and 4 person in playoffs. Based on my calculations.
And it's gonna be me. It's gonna be me.
And so yeah. The only person who is unfortunately out of playoffs contention is Diana. But Diana is not out of playing spoiler for somebody contention. So you can always dash somebody's hopes and dreams. Diana, if you want to dash Morgan's hopes and dreams next week, I mean, you can.
Diana, please don't. Diana, can you please let me win? Can you pull some like shit you pulled on Lily's week? Please, I need this. I need this. We need the comeback of the century. Throw the game. Remember what Lantern taught you?
But yeah. Overall, I mean, this continues to be a fucking exciting league. Like, I don't know. Pokemon is fun and cool, and like, interesting stuff is always happening in the world of Pokemon. And so when you keep that in mind, you realize that Pokemon is for you and me.
Truly.
But yeah. I think that covers all the... School is back for an all-new season. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for all the likes, all the subscribes. Thank you, Twitch.tv. Thank you, YouTube. MF or Morgan will play Sopranos Road to Respect for PS2. So keep that in mind. Yeah. He really is, though. Alright, I'm gonna hop off. Good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Morgan. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Alright. Well, I hope you all enjoyed Draft League for the night. I am going to end the freaking stage. That was a really quick session of the Draft League. Like, honestly, that was like quick enough where like we could do like another segment tonight and not even go that late.